quick game is high percentage, low risk. And it's a ball control pass. You're able to pass versus a talented defense. It complements the triple because the quarterback's rule is 8 between the slots, throw quicks and hots. It puts speed in space. It gives your playmakers the ball. And you know what else it does? It makes it easier to recruit wideouts. Now, again, if you're a high school coach, you say, well, I can't recruit. Sure you can. You can recruit kids off the basketball team, kids off the soccer team. If they know that, if they're skilled guys and they know that you're going to throw the ball to them, then you're more likely to get them. It makes cover guys tackle and tackle guys cover. And again, this is a big principle of mine. I really like to put our wideouts one-on-one in space against cover guys and have them tackle them. I think that's really good, a good matchup for us. And I like tackle guys to be covering seam routes. I think that's not their cup of tea. They want to launch into ball carriers and bring them down and play 3-on-3 drills. The quick game is not dependent on an offensive line. It's tough to beat an O-line in 1.6 seconds. It's blitzproof, and you don't get sacked. So it doesn't put you behind the sticks. It's great in wet weather, simple protection, and it gives the quarterback multiple launch points on the same play. And it's better than sprint out. I used to run sprint out, and I could never figure out the best way to block it. If we reach blocked, everybody, we had trouble with guys chasing us down from the backside. If we turn back, we have trouble with the linebacker scraping, being secondary contained. But when we boot off the quick game, we never get secondary contained. The hitch is our number one pass out of the quick game. It's an offense in itself, and to me, anyway. It really should be almost part of the run game. And at the start of every game, I used to tell my offensive coordinator, Ralph Hacerni, who's now the head coach at RPI, great coach, find me a hitch and find me a pitch. I want to always be able to throw a hitch when I want to. I always want to be able to get the ball pitched when I want to. We don't repeat. We throw the hitch about 10 to 12 times, or the quick game 10 to 12 times a game, run the gun triple about 25 to 30. So that takes up a lot of our offense. But we don't repeat plays. We put a different dress on the same pig. We throw very high percentage and get speed and space. This is a shot of the hitch, and notice the separation between him and that corner. Here's the hitch route right there in the circle, and the corner is deep. And that's what I'm saying. If you sell the fade, you'll get good separation. But you have to hide your numbers and lower your shoulders like you're going deep and drive off the ball as hard as you can. And then you'll get separation. Hitch in the red zone, you see we have separation right there. And that's in the red zone. This is the arrow here is the Will Backer, and he's not going to get out there in time. 1.6 seconds. And then we can isolate the hitch by going in a trips look or backs right hitch. And again, if it's a 4 shell and they're playing some kind of 2 deep, well, then they cover the hitch. Or if Will comes out, they'll cover the hitch. But now look at what you have here. You have a clear route, so that should take the top off the defense. And then you have the pivot and the slam and slide out here. So if the slam gets depth, there's nobody really to cover the slam and slide. If he attacks the slam and slide, you have that little pivot route open. If somehow Mike gets under it, the quarterback run. And there's no contain. So it's an easy progression for the quarterback. And he'll know by this guy's alignment at the start of the play whether the hitch is going to be there or not. And by it being in a 4 shell, he's got two prospects of that happening. The hitch seam combo is a perfect way to make cover guys tackle and tackle guys cover. And this is just a simple adjustment. Instead of running an over route, we run a seam route. We really like this against an 8-man front because it puts this guy in a heck of a bind. Okay, so if Will is out here to cover the hitch, Mike's got to get a tackle guy's got to cover that seam route. And we feel like that puts us in a huge, huge advantage. If Will runs with the seam route, there's nobody to cover the hitch. So that puts an 8-man front at a tremendous disadvantage. Against a 4 shell, well, now, of course, to the boot side, you have the same thing. It's going to be a skinny post, and these two will be tied up with the deep ball. And then the slam and slide here, you know, it's Sam has got to cover him. But here to this side, this seam will tie up 2 people, the Will getting depth and the free safety. And that puts RX on their corner. So if he bails, the hitch is open. If he's tight, you have the fade route to X for a touchdown. Okay, this is exactly what this is a picture here of exactly what I was talking about. The seam route, the safety's staying on the seam route right here. There's the seam route, and here's the wide out here. If he stays with the seam, the wide out has already got the corner beat for a touchdown or for a big play. So that's what I'm talking about, using the seam. That's against a 4 shell. And right here to the top of the picture, you see him doing the skinny post, and he'll tie up 2. The slam and slide will come out this way. This is the hitch seam versus 4-4. It's going to the top of the screen, and he's going to fit it in there between the safety and the inside backer. Catch, step, throw. He's got it for a nice game. Now, you see it from the end zone. It's not as dicey as it looked. This was a rainy day, too, so you're not supposed to be able to throw in the rain. But see, he's wide open. He gets it, makes a nice move on the safety, and gets a big gain. Okay, let's look at a hitch versus a 4-3, and we're in spread in this set. Take a little wide. You notice he's out a little bit wider. So we're not going to have a slam and slide on this play, but everything else is there. And 1.6 seconds, the ball is off. Catch, step, and throw. Catch, step, throw. And there it is. A simple 6-yard gain. So we treat that like a run. I'll take 6 yards at any time. This is versus Bears. And here's the hitch seam against Bears. Remember, we talked about Bears. You know, teams want to line up in Bears to take our tailback away. They've given up a lot in the passing game. So it's to the top of the screen, to the left. Catch, step, throw. It's got the seam. And a great downfield blocking. Look at the line hustling downfield. And a touchdown. That's all, our entire offensive unit is in the end zone. Okay, watch this. Here he is right here. He's looking up because the quarterback changed the play. There he is, wide open. Juggled it a little bit. There's a wide up, throwing a block. Good cutback. Now look at this. This is a guard in the end zone. And there's the whole offensive line getting in the end zone. That's the benefit of pursuit, offensive pursuit drill. Here's the hitch seam versus 4-4. This is against a very, very good football team. Who are Shepard, who does a great job of coaching this defense. They were very, very good. So I like whenever we can do something well against them, that's very good. There's the hitch wide open because strong safety cut or the Will back covered the seam. Watch him. The wheel backer is going to cover the seam, turns, there's the hitch. Throw it on time, and it's tough to stop. Okay, here's the boot off the hitch. And this is open, except that the defensive end does a great job of getting his hands in the air and blocking the quarterback's vision right there. So he just turns it down and boots. And gets 8 yards. So watch the defensive end does a great job of getting his hands up. There's a slam and slide. Now becomes a little bit of a lead blocker. Great stalk up top when he saw him running. And that was a bad play. That could have been a bad play and turned into a good play.